Good evening, friends. It's Shannon. It is very late. I was faffing and doing other stuff all evening, but I wanted to just come on and talk about some project updates. So I've been knitting on this Ranunculus sweater for a bit and wanted to get it to a point where I could easily then transition and pick it up and knit. I'm not explaining that very well. So I've been knitting for a while under the arms, but I had not been checking with my pattern, and so I was a little nervous that that I just wanted to check in how far I needed to go. Come to find out, I'd already knitted longer than the pattern recommended. I think it will be fine, just because it was really a cropped pattern, or the way that they designed it, it was a very cropped sweater. So I'm just going to go ahead and transition to the ribbing, which was the instruction for the next 3.5 inches, is to do a twisted knit ribbing. So now that I know where I am in my pattern, I just wanted to get this established, and so I thought I would turn you around so that you could see how this looks from my viewpoint as you do the twisted knit ribbing. If this isn't for you, just scroll on by, but just wanted to talk a little bit about that. So I'll turn you around. Thanks. Okay, so this is a twisted knit. So it is so I just purled, and they instruct you to knit through the back loop. So knit through the back loop, and then, I'm not even in frame, geez. And then purl. And then knit through the back loop, and then purl. So I'm going to just talk for a second about this. So what I have found is when I've got a knitting project, for me, it's really important, and how it works for me is that I have to be able to knit on the go, essentially, is I want to have a project that is at a state where I can pick it up and go, knit, and then just basically touch and release, knit for a bit and then go back and check in with my pattern, see where I am. That works the best for me because I'm knitting in little fits and starts or spurts when I can pick up my project. So it might be a few minutes in the car when my husband's driving. It might be over a lunch hour. It's just really a little bit here and a little bit there. And that's how I've knitted for probably close to almost 20 years. And I've gotten a lot of projects done with that technique. I don't do well if I have to just sit in a chair. Like, I can do that occasionally, have my pattern right next to me and check in, just have to be following a pattern very closely. That can work, but most of my things have to be pick up and go. So that being said, it's in this particular case, I just picked it up and realized that I had knitted too far. It was further along than the pattern called for. I have not even really tried this on, but furthermore, when I looked at the pattern, come to find out, I've been knitting on the wrong size needles for this entire project. So what the project called for is a size 8 needle for the ribbing at the top, which is up here. And then you were supposed to switch to a size 10. And when I picked this back up earlier this, summer or spring, I had these needles in it, and these are my size 8s. So I must have just never even, transferred over to the bigger size, which is kind of a bummer, kind of a deal. So I have no idea if this is even going to fit. But at this point, I am not invested enough to rip it back and reknit it on 10s at all. So I'm just going to finish it up, and if it fits, it fits, and if it doesn't, I will give it away and somebody else can wear it. So all of that to say, PSA, check in on your pattern along the way, because I've potentially wasted a bunch of time, but it's part of the journey, and that's just the way it goes sometimes. So I'm going to knit for just a couple more minutes. I really just wanted to get this first row established. I don't love doing this knit through the back loop type ribbing. Really, I probably could have just done regular ribbing at this point. I've already screwed up the sweater so many times. What's a rib stitch? But anyway, so I just wanted to get one row done so that when I pick it up again, I know I can tell from my knitting. I can read my knitting to know exactly what I need to do so that I don't have to remind myself by reading the pattern. All right, so I'm going to finish this up and then head to bed. I appreciate you coming along if you're here. I hope you had a great Sunday night, and I appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.